Hey everybody, today I wanted to make a little video on the the rumors going around about Marvel taking over DC or Disney taking over DC. And honestly, this is like the most exciting news I've ever heard in my life. I saw Variant Comics' video and I was skeptical when I read the title that said Marvel and DC merge? Question mark, exclamation point. And I honestly thought it was clickbait until they said it wasn't clickbait, and then I realized that it wasn't clickbait, and I was like, whoa.
What's up, everybody? So, no, first and foremost, the title is not clickbait.
Like, their evidence is compelling. When they said, when they showed those Easter eggs, or talked about the Easter eggs, okay, here, I'll read the Easter egg. On July 10th, 2030, the Secret Crisis begins, throwing Superman into a brawl across the universe with Thor himself and a green behemoth stronger than even Doomsday, who dies protecting Superman from these invaders. What? Okay, if that's not confirmation enough. In Thor, they referenced DC characters. None by name, granted, because they want to keep it a secret. It's a secret. That's the thing. So you can't. But basically, that means Kevin Feige, the DCEU, is going to be merged into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I believe. I think they're right. No, actually, in reality, that was probably the most brain-dead, retarded video I'd ever watched in my life. I'm not saying Variant Comics is stupid. But I'm saying they definitely didn't believe what they said. It was clickbait, or they are stupid, and I just expect too much of people. First off, the Superman thing. Okay, 2030 Secret Crisis references to Thor and Hulk. Thor is a public domain character because he was made up. He's a Norse god, so they can say Thor. But they don't say Hulk, and if they were actually going to have a crossover, they'd probably say Hulk. What this means is this is an Easter egg, like a wink towards Marvel, and that's it. For the Thor reference, it's fun, but the world gets destroyed by Galactus, and that's like a kind of also I would consider a wink towards DC. They don't say Superman, Green Lantern, and Flash tried, but it's meant to be an in-story look how powerful Thor is as the Herald of Galactus. Isn't he powerful? That's what it is. It's a plot device and a cute Easter egg. And they did come out at similar times, but literally read comics. I remember there's a Spider-Man comic I had. There's a Batman and Superman figure hanging up. I have numerous comics, and I've read numerous comics where they reference the other company, and it's just a fun Easter egg. That's all it is. Quit acting like it's more. But I guess the next piece of evidence is if D5 fails, AT&T is shutting down DC's publishing wing, which, it's an honest possibility. They have enough characters, they have enough material that they don't really need to keep it anymore. The only reason to keep DC's publication is out of obligation, and maybe they make some money. I don't know the business behind it. But DC5 seems like another attempt at all new, all different Marvel, or whatever the stupid initiative was that I made a video on. And I think the idea is to try to breathe life into it. Do they believe it's going to be a long-term thing? Did they believe New 52 or Rebirth would be a long-term thing? Possibly. I doubt it. At this point, if you think D5 is long-term, you're stupid. And, there is a possibility they close it down after that. I think laying all of the hope of DC into D5 would be stupid. I think it's a gimmick to raise sales. And I think if there is any validity to them saying they're going to shut it down, they There is the artist man. I don't remember his name, and I don't care. Who was saying that DC will shut down if they don't do this, but this dude doesn't work for DC anymore, and it's not like AT&T's gonna sit there and be like, "Hey, artist for comic book, we're gonna shut your shit down if D5 doesn't sell." No, it's a gimmick to raise sales for a year, and then they're gonna bring it back to the status quo. Like, it's the same. It's so stupid. Like, people don't. Do they not? I mean, I understand like new comic fans falling for it. But I've been a fan of comics for like 12 years. I wouldn't really consider myself a fan anymore because I don't read them because I'm tired of being sold stupid-ass gimmicks. Because all that comics are is stupid-ass gimmicks. The problem with Marvel and DC is they're just trying to hawk dumb shit off on you at this point. They don't care about story anymore. It's AT&T and Disney trying to hawk dumb shit off on you because you're stupid enough to buy it. That's why I don't buy comics anymore. Like, I'll buy graphic novels from like Scott Snyder or Alan Moore or the people who actually know how to write compelling stories. But I'm not gonna buy the stupid ass, like, we're printing out the same crap anymore. Do I think DC's gonna shut down? Possibly. Do I think there's strong evidence of it right now? No, not particularly. But, you know, maybe. That's far more likely than the hints we have that Marvel's gonna, or Disney's gonna buy DC. It doesn't seem like a good business move right now. Like, first off, if publishing is failing so much, then the only reason Disney would want DC is for movies, which are failing right now, evident by Birds of Prey. But then they have such a filled docket with Spider-Man from Sony. They got all the Fox properties they have to figure out how to introduce. And they got their own stuff they're working on. Like, they don't have room in the slate. On top of that, if we look from a broader movie perspective, Disney's making, I think, like 18 movies a year, and they're moving Fox down to like 6 just so they can facilitate that. So it seems unlikely that they would also want to do that. And honestly, Disney probably sees the writing on the wall and sees that superhero movies are going to start declining a bit. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to die yet, but they're going to start declining. So it wouldn't be smart to go out and buy more superheroes when what they have is fine. They can't really facilitate more. So that's not going to happen where they'll buy DC outright. The other thing Variant Comics wanted to say was that they would just buy the comic book rights and merge the comics, but Warner Brothers would keep the merchandise rights. No, why would they do that? They have thousands of characters, and clearly their publishing must be going better than DC, because I'm not hearing about how Marvel's going to shut down. So why would they pay AT&T to have the privilege to publish Batman and Superman when they have characters that sell and sell better than those characters often, like Spider-Man and the Avengers and shit? Like, why would they pay to publish unprofitable characters? It would be an all or nothing, and them buying the whole thing. See, it's not gonna happen. Let's see. I wrote some notes down. Let's see if I have anything else to say. Variant Comics video is stupid. We got that out of the way. And so are all the other people reporting clickbait on it, because no one else is brain dead enough to think that. That was okay. Comics crossover. That's not implied at all, so I'm not even gonna comment. Stop reporting clickbait and saying it's not. We covered that.
No, first and foremost, the title is not clickbait.
AT&T won't work with Disney because they're two major corporations that would never work together. Disney has nothing to gain. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered all my notes. Basically, if you believe this shit, you're falling for clickbait, and the people trying to get your money are Variant Comics and the people reporting this bullshit clickbait with no evidence. But it was an interesting observation. So, I expect a lot of dislikes, like when I was 100% right about Zack Snyder getting fired for Joss Whedon. I was 100% right in that video, and I got a lot of dislikes. So I expect to be 100% right again, because I am. And I expect to get a lot of dislikes, because comic fans are fucking stupid. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, please. Bye.